And in Croatia, they have a lot of islands. The weather's not so bad, but a lot of islands. I said, how many babies are born on ferry boats? Because there's no midwives allowed to work on the islands. And then if the babies, a lot of babies are born on ferry boats, trying to get to the hospital on the mainland. So I said, okay, how many of the ferry boats have midwives? 0. So why is it okay to have, every year, we have that evidence of the ferry boat births. Wouldn't it be better to have a midwife ride on the ferry boat, or maybe easier, have a midwife live on the island? And then let those women that actually need a C-section, are in high chances of needing a C-section, they were the ones that go to the mainland before. But don't make everybody do that. In Scotland, they make it possible. They have bad weather too, they have islands. They keep a midwife on the islands. So, stuff like that. We have a lot of babies born in our western states, South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana, Wyoming, born in cars on the highway. And in Bangkok, where they stopped having home birth, babies born in traffic jams, where they had motorcycle midwives going. So, bring out the absurd stuff. And then really, I meant to have, Josh, you mentioned that you talk a lot to fathers.
Yeah.
And maybe if you have any kind of a channel, an open channel, where you can talk on television here in Stockholm, and the fathers that had home births for baby number 1 should get out there and talk about it. And why are men so scared of birth? That that you think, most men think that it's irresponsible for a baby to be born at home. Yeah. And
Yeah, men seem really scared.
yeah.
And when you guys were talking about birth stories, I wondered how many times you tell men your birth stories. Because women kind of keep birth to themselves a little bit.
Yeah.
And, I think it would help out a lot, because a lot of the men I speak with are really scared. And I didn't know before, we had 2 home births, and I'm Maria's husband, anyone doesn't know. I didn't, and I grew up in San Francisco, and it wasn't like, oh yeah, home birth, it wasn't talked about. And men seem so afraid, where it seems like women who would maybe want that would really benefit from the support of a man, and men, I think, are so scared because I don't think men could give birth.
They always met with the attitude, oh, there's nothing you can do. And that's so totally wrong.
And of course, there's a lot a man can do.
Yeah, of
I mean,
course.
he can go, and he needs to know how simple it is if he can lose that fear. If he can lose the fear, so he doesn't be the one to argue with his woman who already wants to give birth, and he goes, oh, we have to do it because I'm so scared.
Yeah.
The consensus is that the man is helpless, he can't do anything in a birth situation.
Yeah.
And my husband gets curious when he reads that, because he knows he can
He
do a
knows,
lot.
yeah, he can do a lot. Yeah, he can just be relaxed and act like,
And love.
I'm so lucky I got this wonderful woman here who's not scared to give birth. How great. This is gonna be good for my baby.
Or you can go to class and you can learn lots of tools and things to do.
Of course.
And kisses and hugs and
Exactly.
touching and
Kisses and hugs, and one of this is in birth story, my partner saying, and she's had a 5-kilo baby, and she said, what helped me, she said, my midwife telling me how I was doing would really help me, and she says, and then making out with my husband, that was the best. And she said, he also loved that part. And so, I mean, she used that because she said this one was harder for her because the baby was bigger, and here she'd already asked to have the television made, so she didn't want to flip out herself and lose it. I mean, for a lot of reasons she didn't want to, but she had to go deeper than usual to have this baby because it was really a lot bigger baby than she'd had before. And so she said making out really helped. And when you look at her, you don't realize that she was a bit scared in there a couple of times.